League of Empires it is, and we're starting with Division 4 here with 12 Angry Pikemen versus Psychos. Starting out with the GT here, it's the classic spectator bug. This might actually be the second game they played since the chat is showing. But anyway, let's hop into it and have a look at the civilizations of choice here. We're doing the 168 colors here, so Halberd, Deer, Henry in the pocket with the Franks here. Pretty much a go-to pick for Arabia Pocket, one of the absolute strongest ones. Keep in mind though that the civilizations of League of Empires are limited to 3 uses of each one throughout the season. So you only get 3 pocket Franks pick or 3 Franks picks, for example. But yeah, I'm gonna play the Scouts into Knights here. That's pretty much the way to play Franks for team games or any game. On the left side we have Smelly Belly with the Britons in the red here. So Britons, team bonus 20% faster working archery ranges, and archers, or archers line units rather, get +1 range in Castle Age, another +1 range in Imperial Age, giving Britons a huge advantage over other ranged civilizations plays, like any other archer civ with that extra range, but also, more importantly, the Britons crossbows in the Castle Age already outrange mangonels, so it's easier for Britons to focus down enemy mangonels just by using their archers. Finally, right-hand side Turk's flank for I Like the Jigsaw. So that's an innovative pick right there. We'll probably need to go for the... I mean, Turks can go archers, they have decent crossbows, but they don't get arbalest. They get cavalry archers, so that might be what I Like the Jigsaw has in mind here. Maybe Minotaurs into archers, into crossbows, into cavalry archers, or simply scouts into, cavalry archers in the Castle Age. Interesting. Luring in the border, dropping a house, and I'm gonna drop a mill after these two as well. Yeah, this is kind of looking like a Minotaur spill actually, with the 2 houses going down here and now the mill. We'll see. A lot of into. Yeah. Fair point. Octopus with the Franks here. No significant advantage for either pocket here. They have the same civilization. So tactical decisions make more of a difference here if you look at it than in that case, because Franks, they do have that unique technology from the castle, chivalry, which allows the stables to work 40% faster, which are certainly going to make a difference in this mirror matchup. Whoever is able to get that first could get a serious advantage in the... If it's fairly even in terms of production and economy and everything, which is not necessarily the case. But that's one tactical decision that could sway the favors for either player if they're in a somewhat even spot. Right hand side, Dr. Dude here with the Mayans, pretty classic flank civ there as well, with the 10% cheaper archers in Feudal Age, 20 in the Castle Age, and 30 in the Imperial Age. Also with access to Eagle Warriors later on. Oh, raiding potential. And countering archers. Nice, getting some HP down on I Like the Jigsaw Scout here. While I Like the Jigsaw is making some somewhat peculiar walls here, going for the economic approach here on the flank. And by walling like this, you are very vulnerable to ranged approaches. Gold is rangeable by even Feudal Age archers, as are some of the berries. Wood Lion arguably safe-ish here, but this just doesn't seem optimal. It's optimal in terms of eco-efficiency that your builders can get back to work quickly, but you're not really preserving your resources from like archers fire and stuff by walling like this. Usually you'd see players use the natural barriers if they can between the wood lines, maybe all the way to the edge of the map even, so I'm curious to see how this will play out, where I like the jigsaw. Jiggers, as I was allowed to call them. Marius here with the Ethiopians, faster firing archers, very nice flag ship to have as well. But with Britons on the other team, even Turks, if they go for the archers, are going to have faster working archery ranges, which will apply to, of course, cavalry archer production as well. So, in one way, I like 12 AP's set up more here, and another way, I don't, seeing as Turks don't get R less, and that's usually what you see in flanks in 3v3 games. All players on the way to the feudal age now. Let's have a quick look at the idle time counter here, see if there's any differences. Smelly belly with most idle time here, but all in all, slightly ahead for Psychos here thus far. You can see the pockets have been scouting each other here, maybe planning to go for some raids if they are open. Albert Deer Henry might be able to close his base in time for Octopus's scout rush just to run into walls here. But then there's still Smelly Belly's backside here, which is open and could be vulnerable to attack. Marius, in fact, here with the... I'm assuming men-at-arms here, so that's a good call of Smelly Belly to take the fight here with villagers. Men-at-arms, nah, no use. Even if Marius was planning men-at-arms, no use going for them now, of course. If you have the upgrade researching and you lose two of them, definitely just gonna better to cancel it. But he never clicked it, so that's fine. Still got some value there. Hello, Vencho Baba. I'm doing alright, thank you. Yeah. So while this feels bad to force villagers to fight like this, you're cleaning up the rush nice and quickly early on, and freeing up some time for yourself to go in the offensive on the other side. So we see Smelly Belly with the men-at-arms in Marius' space here. Marius' and the block! Oh boy. Well done, Smelly. Take a look to the north side as well. What's going on here? The Turks going for the scouts, actually. And some ambitious outside hunt here with the cost of at least one villager alive here. See, Smelly Belly has gotten 2 villager kills as well. So, fairly good trade with the men-at-arms versus the rush here. Civs are here. And I don't know where Jiggers is going here. Maybe he's going to Halberdier Henry for some help here, but that's some serious idle time for these walking villagers here. Oh, yeah. This woman really doesn't want to let go of her beat. Both Frank's pockets, yes. Henry, help! Please help! And her scouts. Yeah, that's just 5 scouts against 3 men-at-arms. That should be alright. Hey, don't run away! Save the woman! Save the woman! Yeah, good pocket battle there with both Frank's parents here. Oh, the save! Nice, good job. Pat on the back to Halberdier Henry and Jigger's scouts here. As the weak woman is going back to these are fearless villagers right here. They're hunting outside of the walls of the base. Why scouts as flanks? Well, Turks in their defense, they get +1 pierce armor, so it could come in handy. But yes, flank play definitely usually streamlined towards archers and arballists. But we'll see. This is quite a few scouts. If they can get in, that's gonna be tough for the opponents, but the walls look all right here. I think Henry and Jigsaw here are going for the right side flank, but they will not find a point of entry here unless there's a hole, so they should go straight for the pocket now, in my opinion, because Octopus is still very much open and subject to attack here. Add to that the Turk scouts have +1 pierce armor. You could more easily run close to TC fire without losing too much. Henry used to play flank last season. Ah, okay, yeah, he did. Oh, snipe farm, snipe. Oh! Wait, what? Octopus went straight past castle here? He went pretty open past castle? That is so incredibly risky, but now he's going to be rewarded for it because the scouts are here and his own knights will clean that up easily. And that's a huge, huge advantage for Octopus over Halberdier Henry now, who is investing into the scouts and... yeah. When was the last time you saw scouts fighting knights like this? When was the last time you saw scouts killing knights like this? What's going on here, Octopus? You don't have any upgrades. No upgrades whatsoever. It still should be fine. Ish. I haven't seen many people go for pocket injuries, and Octopus got balls, yeah. But he's losing the knights now. He's lost 3 knights to scouts. Oh boy. Alright, so do we have any action on the other side? Octopus hanging out here with the starting scout to make sure his melee can't completely wall here. It's a fascinating team wall approach here, which will work out if Halberdier Henry walls all the way to the edge, or if they connect the walls all the way over here. It's a good initiative to preemptively secure your corners for trade later on in the early game. But they're under some serious threat from Octopus in the pocket now. Halberdier Henry in his defense is on the way up now. And Octopus being hit by scouts, though cleaning them up without any losses. Has lost his window of opportunity here now to some extent. Army numbers, Psychos in the lead here. And they both have archer sims on the flanks, so that's sort of an advantage already if they coordinate with their pocket. Pocket still open indeed. He did place a second stables, whereas Henry has 2 stables as well, now pumping out units. He has upgrades, 1 more upgrade than the opposing pocket. So that fast castle didn't do nearly as much as it could. A little bit off on the coordination here between Octopus and Marius, but if they coordinate, this should be an easy cleanup. Crossbow or not, this is fine. With Knights running in Panther, ideally they would have +2 defense as well. But this is going to be very bad for melee armies. So here it comes down a bit to communication between the teams, honestly. You shouldn't, as your flank, have your archers exposed like this. There's a hole, by the way, that has to be an opening. Or is it just the archers popping out there? Maybe it's fine, maybe it's okay. Henry can change the game if Green doesn't use the advantage of earlier casting. Yes, absolutely. Just look at the Knights numbers now, they're almost even. And more consistent double stables production here for Halberdier Henry. So that could... yeah, he gets the Knights here. He has the +2, he has fully upgraded Knights, and he can chase, definitely could chase here if he had a few more Knights. 3 might be just a little bit too few, but I think Henry is tracking the teal movement now. Speaking of Halberdier Henry, he is in chat. Hello, sir. Good recovery so far after not having the opposing pocket going fast castle and not making the best of it. Okay, this is a... Oh, good crossbow timing from Marius there. That's gonna mean that Halberdier needs to run away. Yeah, why not hit pocket first with scouts? I don't think they had scouted. Look at the Turks light cab here. It's just ridiculous. Their pierce armor, extra pierce armor, how that plays out. If you are, I like the jigsaw here. Even +2 defense now. Just yeah, okay. There are pocket knights here, so you can't keep engaging here. That's still quite a few crossbows down just to Turks light cab here. Light cab knight. But I like the jigsaw. Keep in mind that Turks get camels as well, and that's what I like the jigsaw is making now, aka jiggers. Jigsaw. Maybe I'll just say jigsaw. Ooh, but pockets of 15 knights for psychos, 10 knights for Halberdier Henry here. Then we have camels for the Turks. I believe it's the only... No, Ethiopians get camels as well, actually, in the sense, but they don't get bloodlines, so Ethiopians' camels are subpar compared to Turks. But this is a nice chase, just focus on the knights and try and intercept the crossbows as well, maybe, unless they go back inside the base. 3 ranges up for Dr. Dude here. So the production should be on point here for the Mayans player. Ethiopians seem to be doing decent as well. They do have the faster firing ones. Second TT for Smelly Melly already. That's well, not already. It's minute 28. Maybe it's alright. But Smelly Melly falling behind in Archer's production. Even having the faster working ranges, there's only 2 ranges. They can only produce so much. And actually, neither red nor teal are making any units out. Fighting, not using the range advantage of Britons here. And but still taking, okay, good fight against the Ethiopians here, I have to say. So back to the top side, we have camels and light cav joining in. Light cav should be doing more than decent against the crossbow masses, but this is a good old mess here, and the HP lead is far superior for psychos here. So yeah, Halberdier Henry needs to pull away again. Caval goes down. And psychos keep their numbers. They're better at preserving their numbers and keeping consistent production here. Namely, Dr. Dude now with 4 ranges. But you can do that with Mayans because they have such cheap archers. 20% cheaper archers in the Castle Age. Halberdier Henry kind of on his own now, and don't expect any archers help from the Turks. Turks can, of course, go for the archers, but now the walling of Jigsaw is beginning to show here. Because the eco is so exposed to Archer's party. The Mayans crossbows here. If they clean up Henry's few knight numbers here, they can hit the gold, they can hit stone, they can hit the one and only woodline here. But at least there's some expansion here to the sides for Jigsaw, so some of the eco are alright. I know who won, I just checked from the YouTube insights. No spoilers. No spoilers. Gate down, confirmed, and a good old 2v1 here against Jigsaw. That's gonna make for some losses. 11 villagers down now for Jigsaw thus far. Henry hasn't lost a single villager. And same goes for Octopus in the pocket. And Psychos, the only player on Psychos' team who has lost villagers is actually Marius. Iron Man dies in that movie. Yeah, that's what they said about Star Wars sequels as well. Everyone dies. Spoilers confirmed. 4th EC for Halberdier Henry here, so he's going to out-eco the other Frank's pocket. And that could mean a later Imperial Age as well, so be cautious about that. More stables going up, going to go for an extended cat plate here by the looks of it. Halberdier Henry, and good job at that too. Better, more consistent production here. 19 knights to the 11 of Octopus. And where are the Mayans crossbows? Stay together, people. Work together. Here they come, but they are going to be shredded by Henry's knights now if Henry sees the movement here. Okay, staying up on the hill. If Blue adds siege, yeah, that could definitely have done more damage with siege here. I feel like they're leaving. Both teams are leaving the pockets way too much alone, though. First with the initial scouts when Octopus did Fast Castle and was wide open, and now with the expansion here, and yeah, still hasn't lost a single villager, and neither of the pockets. And Halberdier Henry hasn't hasn't been raiding a lot either, because actually hasn't killed a single villager. But Henry, in his defense, has much more consistent production than Octopus, or preserves the knights numbers better, I guess. Was 25 knight to 8 knights on the field now, and Henry with 105 villagers to the 60 of Octopus. So definitely stronger economy and army numbers from 12 Angry Pikemen's pocket here. Smelly Melly with a nice forward castle there to possibly deny both golds and stones here and a DC of Marius. Yeah, 4 TC eco with this knight's spam from Halberdier Henry is going to be awesome. He will want to get the cast lap at some point as well to unlock the unique technologies, because that, again, as I mentioned earlier, could really, really boost the production speed over the other pocket, whoever gets to Chivalry first. I'm a bit puzzled about this castle, I guess, and Dr. Dude is taking this crucial hill here between the teammates, but wouldn't it make more sense to try and cover the hills that border towards your opponent? Dr. Dude going for... going back to the Turks' flanks, maybe? While Smelly Melly is doing his own thing down here. Cavalry archers, finally, from the Turks. How many ranges here? 2 ranges at least for I like to think so. Same goes for the Turks here. You want to get the cast lap at some point to get the unique technology Sipai for the cav archers to give them extra hit points. Blue should kill someone. I think he's on it. He's gonna snipe some builders now. Ballistics is in. Imperial Age is in. That's why he's being cautious with the armies now, actually. Imperial Age, just don't stay under TC when you're 20 seconds up in with your archers. You need Arbalest. I. And with Arbs here, that should be decent enough against the Turks light cab, though they still have that extra Pierce armor. And we'll do some numbers before Arbs here, but still most of them should be okay. Bracer, Arb, and Chemistry all at the same time. That's Mayan's eco for you. Oh, Henry with his builder forward here with the trap. Maybe. Alright, just passing. That's 2 free villager picks there for Dr. Dude, but he wants to escape and get that R backward. There it is, and now let's see how this fight turns out. You see the HP is in advantage of the Arb, of the light cab here, but the Arbs, they can stack up. They're trying desperately to find a choke point here, but it's still an amazing engagement for the Turks here with the light cab. And here comes Henry with knights as well. Trappant. Yeah. Look at these knights numbers though. 41 knights, soon to be cavalier for Halberdier Henry, whereas the Psycho's pocket is still at 29 and not on the way to Imperial Age. Yeah, you just tried to plug the hole. I see it. Wait, have practice gates always been like this? Like in brick wall? I've never seen. Okay, now I see it. Just never saw an incomplete one before. Alright, Dr. Dude with the castle on the hill here, and the getting some duty kills on Halberdier Henry's eco here. I don't think Henry will mind too much. He's still 60 villagers ahead of the opposing pocket. So that should be alright here. On the south side, most, if not all, of Henry's knights are over here. Cavalier on the way as well, but this is definitely a worthwhile engagement however you look at it. Britain's crossbows helping out as well. Yeah, look at this HP difference here between the players. Psycho's actually with more military overall here, 100 something to 67. But this cleanup here is going to make life very awkward for Marius and open up for Halberdier, Henry, and Smelly Belly to double up on the Ethiopians player here. Henry playing well indeed. And the mighty Britain's skirmishers have entered the field. Ooh, Arbs pushing the pocket now. I like that, cutting off some reinforcements. And going to go for some match-needed raids on Henry Sika. I think Dr. Dude here is acknowledging that we need to hit the pocket. He's playing strong right now. He's in the Imp and even getting Chivalry now, which is actually a Cast Age tech, but will become an Imperial Age tech instead with the next patch if it stays as tested. Huge lead. This is the pocket deciding the game here, I think, between the players. Dr. Jude is playing very nicely as well. Just look at the numbers. 100 Arbalests. And retry splitting your army next time. Yeah. That's calls for more 8 PM, but you can still just gang up on one side and do much even with this. I like this addition here from Marius. Ethiopians... okay, I thought it was barracks, but who cares? Okay, we're gonna pump out lots of arbalests here, or crossbows. Arbalests, yeah. For Marius, we'll see how that turns out for them. Paladin is in for Henry now. And even with lots of arbalests for Dr. Dude here, I think Henry can take this fight on his own. He might even be out HPing the... Look at the HP difference here. This is ridiculous. It's a 66 arm to 58 ranked Paladins. And the Paladins just... They are out HPing this by far. Good surround there. This is a good fight for Henry, I think, however you look at it. And the mild player will be losing more than 60 arbs here, I think. 75 total. Octopus comes with the Knights here, but Knights versus Paladins, I'm not too sure about that. And there are even Turks Hussars here to meddle in this big fight. Game deciding fight, maybe. Blue has huge army, but not anymore. But look at it! 10 Rangers producing for Dr. Dude here. Cavalier is in for Octopus as well, so they're hanging in there. Fight is so intense, stream is lagging. I think it's the capture H lagging in itself, to be honest. This might be the GG fight indeed. Psychos go from having the army lead to being below 40 or 50 military here. And now it's all on 12 Angry Pikemen just to close out this one. Octopus still hasn't lost a single villager, I'm just saying. But it's also only at 87 villagers total compared to Henry's 123 here. This castle, I think it goes up. But how do you stop this mass of Frank's Paladin, those beastly tanky boys with 192 hit points here? Not gonna be easy. Turks cavalry archers joining in as well. How did Henry get architecture? He wants to boost his castle then. 5,808. And Dr. Dude with some masses again. Look at this production, it's insane from both black players here. They're keeping all these ranges producing. While 12 AP actually going to fall behind in numbers again now with this kind of production from Psychos. So Psychos definitely have their army production down. Octopus finally getting some raids though, and suddenly lost 10 villagers just like that. See all the ranges, yeah, it's ridiculous. Consistent, not full on anymore, but still pretty nasty numbers. But these raids, that might be the game-ending raid here, because now Octopus is typically, yeah, is down to 53 villagers now, will not be able to match Henry's numbers at all here. Then it's all about just cleaning up the arbalests and taking out the castles to the north here. Or simply go raid Dr. Dude and put a stopper to that mine's economy. And they should be good to go. Psychos down 60-ish villagers now. They still have the RB advantage, but that's mainly on the flank sides here, and that's not very mobile, sadly. The arbalest investment. It's blue eco indeed. It's so exposed here. Send in 3 paladins here, and you could shred a lot of villagers here because Dr. Dude has only been investing in the archers, does not have halberdier text probably. We see the Ethiopian Pikes investment here, which I like. It's definitely needed now that you are this far behind. Another forward castle for Dr. Dude here, and 78 arbalests it is. And what about the Ethiopians going on the forward here now with some pikes in front? Pikes against Frank's paladins, though that's not going to be a big deal. Markets going up as well, and a tiny bit of trade going on here. I think you select all army hotkey too much. Can you show the rest count to each player? Yeah, can do that. So just look at the difference between the pockets here. Gold is becoming kind of an issue for Henry now, but he still has some paladins left here, and he's cleaning up ARP's numbers again. Dr. Dude also struggling for gold, so that might be an issue here if Psychos can't get trade running. Marius taking some responsibility with the ARPs as well, and Henry, I don't think you should be taking these kinds of fights under castles and 100 ARPs here. But Jens justify the means, I guess, diminishing the numbers here, and Psychos 130 military now. Are the Psychos going to push this back? That's the question. Paladin numbers, 1 paladin left for Halberdier Henry now. 7k food, yeah. Looks like my food eco. Look at the Turk Hussars, how many arbalest shots they can handle. They're not even being one-shot by 30, 40 arbs here. But with Science arbs in the pocket position, it means that Smelly Belly can push a little bit here with the Britons. What the? What? What? Why is Smelly Belly adding stables? This is beyond my... Oh, Hussarl. I like that. Hussarl. Turks Hussarls. Light cav for Henry here. Struggling for gold, I'd assume. 17 on gold now. At this point they should be fighting Mac Pop. Yeah, you might be onto something. Orange trying to clean up some cavaliers here with Hussars. Don't want to lose that trade, that gold income. Dr. Dude must have an insane KD by now though. Look at this. Okay, it's not that insane, but should be interesting to see how much army is actually produced here. Let's see for the trade. There's a trade stat here as well. Somewhere. Oh, that's tributes. Yeah, trade units. See, Psychos don't have trade yet. So if the trade kicks in for 12 Pikemen here and Henry can get back into Paladin production, then it's looking good, but these are 60 arbs that needs to be dealt with. Orange is pretty much dead for some reason. Well, he was under some 2v1 pressure for more than one part of the game. Look at these villagers going down for Halberdier Henry, though. I like the Jigsaw sends in the Hussars to help out here. But is it not gonna be not enough? Why not bomber cannons versus arbs? You need to think about that in the heat of the moment, though. I don't think it's that easy. Turk Hussars saving the day here, and Dr. Dude is down to 24 Arbalists again. Sneaky villagers forward there, going down to some raids. And light cav raids for Smelly Belly. Britain's light cav. OP confirmed. As if Turk's Hussar wasn't enough to serve that purpose, or Frag's light cav. But they're all going crazy with the food units. Well, you want to spend the food, that's fine. Gold stabilizing here, Jigsaw here could even consider sending some gold to Halberdier Henry to get the Paladin numbers back online here until the trade actually kicks in for good for them. Are we going to see a light cab conversion? No. RIP. Nice. Light cab raids in the back here from Halberdier Henry as well. And Psychos down 40 so villagers again, but now down to 1/3 of the total military of Angry Pikemen as well. Suddenly the graph is looking nice for 12 Angry Pikemen here. And even after the Arb raids, Halberdier Henry keeps a villager lead over the opposing pocket. In fact, Octopus doesn't have any army at all at this point, which is worrying. Light cav raids. And some solid lagging here. That is my laptop struggling with capture reach and AV2 running at the same time. Okay, Arbs out on their own again. There's no pocket paladins to come to the rescue here from Octopus. And I think the Turks Hussar might clean this up again here. Turks underestimated from flank position by the look of it. Jigsaw definitely doing some work here to keep the Arb numbers out. GG is called. Dr. Dude losing the Arb in mass yet again, and what a game. Well played, Henry, indeed. Well played to both teams. So I think Dr. Dude and Octopus didn't receive the memo here. They keep fighting. There is the final call. Let's have a look at the stats. Should be very interesting to see Henry's total collected resources here. And we can also see the progression of when the players are getting the upgrades here. Really late to the bow, so for some of them. And the Imperial Age timing, quite late for the Britons as well. 574 to 314. Henry OP confirmed. But Dr. Dude definitely saw as well that Arbalest production with the Mayans was off the charts. Economy, total resources collected, no surprise there. Highest for the Franks and the Mayans. Some tribute sent as well. That's probably sending food to Jigsaw for Hussars production. And yeah, app times fairly decent. Could be smoother for Men-at-Arms and Scouts builds here overall, but some idle time is to be expected. 40 trade units. Okay, so Paladins were going to be back on the menu in not too long here, if they weren't already. Cool. Let's tap the 1-0 there for 12 Angry Pikemen. And let's find the other game between these. teams. What is the league standing in Division 4? Let's see. Is it here? No. I think this is it. Yeah, Fallout afterwards that Jigsaw was floating 2k gold while I was on light cab. Yeah, I know. I said that he could have maybe considered slinging a bit. Okay, let's see the standings here for Division 4. Cunning Linguist on top. 12 Angry Pikemen right behind with 10 points to 13. Trunos high up there as well. And 12 Apoplectic Pikemen. I think they might be related, these two. So we have just had the second place versus the 6th place here. And Psycho seemed solid as well. Atacama is next. Yeah, but the tournament is fine. But the thing about it, when you submit matches in here, you see the stats for sim picks and map picks and everything, right? And it's easily found. So absolutely encourage submitting the matches in the app as well. Okay, Atacama is next. Did I? Yeah, I did minimize it. Nice. Should help performance a tiny bit. Atacama, same teams. We need to fix this again. 12 angry. 12 angry pikemen. This wasn't too easy. There we go. Yeah, Psychos definitely seems strong. I absolutely agree. So it looks like more or less the same setup here. Oh. Why aren't we... What's going on here? Frozen. Ugh. Yeah, it's definitely frozen. I don't know what happened there. No, it's not the wrong game file. It's just Capture H bugging out. I think. Let's see. Looked like the playback was running in DE, so this should be okay. Let's hope it's the case. Let's just start the cast here and see what happens. Same setup as the previous game. Dr. Dude and Halberdier Henry playing the pockets. Dr. Dude with the humans. And I can only assume that humans want to place the second TC in the middle to take some early middle control over the much needed wood access for Atacama. I've seen that in play before, and Cubans getting that 2 TC boom, delaying the cast stage, but being rewarded but with consistent wood income early on, and the potential for a strong Castle and Imperial Age power spike in terms of economy and units production. Halberdier Henry with the Indians. Good counter pick to, yeah, any other cavalry civilization. Indians get the Imperial Camels. They got nerfed a bit in terms of team games, losing plate party armor. But they still have the Imperial Camel, should it come to that for the end game here. So it's exciting to see how this plays out. Indians have cheaper villagers, 5% cheaper in the Dark Age, 5, 10, 15, 20 throughout the ages. So that encourages heavy scouts playing Feudal Age and then to benefit from that stronger through the economy when entering the Castle Age. So we might see a bit later Castle Ages from both pockets here as compared to the previous game. Left-hand side, Smelly Belly with the Vietnamese this time around means that you get to know the location of the enemy town centers. Don't run the scout into TC now that you know where it is. Looked dangerously close there, but he's fine. So he'll be flaring the enemy TC position so they know where to hit. Oh, is it lame? Ah, it's not. Fair play award to Smelly Belly. Not stealing a boar. Not on a... Not on a heavy carbs diet here. Doesn't want any extra boars. H is for fair play, not encouraged. Yeah, I kind of agree. In tournament, you want to take the advantages you can get, right? But of course, going for a lane that potentially sets back your Dark Age play as well. Halberdier Henry and Dr. Dude with 0 idle TC time here. Oh, I jinxed it. Henry with a tiny bit now. But seem to have decent production going behind this. Back to the Sims. Jigsaw with the Ethiopians now. Played Indians the previous game, right? No, not Indians, I mean Turks the previous game. So now a proper archer civilization on flank here for Atacama. Getting the faster firing archers. No Britons this time around, no faster looking ranges. Let's see the other team here. Spanish for Strandpalme. That could be a Norwegian name, actually. Definitely Nordic. In the teal here with the Spanish. Conquistadors and Knights sounds plausible. Spanish, they construct buildings faster, so you could also... You could even make an argument for men-at-arms towers for Spanish up against the other flank here, but that's very much a drain on your economy. So not ideal for team games, but still a potential play. But Conquistadors, scouts into Knights and Conquistadors seem like a more plausible play. Finally, for the right-hand side here, Marius with the Ethiopians. Ethiopians mirror on the south side here. It says unknown map, but this is Atacama, the standard DE version. You can call it wooden pit if you will, except there's not a pit, and it's... Yeah, it's all about the middle here for late... for continuous goal access. You need middle control to survive on Atacama, because these small patches of trees aren't going to sustain you long-term. When you need to really refresh the lumber camps for every 1,000 wood collected. Oh, Strandpalme, are you sacrificing your scout? Rip. Strandpalme means beach palm. Wooden pit, yes. Except it's not a pit. Oh, don't wall on Atacama, that's just asking for trouble. It's a waste of resources, in my opinion. That limits the aggression in towards here, so it's okay. Walling behind the berries, though. And for anyone watching this, I just don't like walls, it's fine. It's fine to want to secure your economy. I just hate how strong the walls are in Age of Empires, even in the Dark Age. Cuman's team bonus applies, by the way. Dark Age walls usually have 150 hit points, but having Cuman's teammate grants them extra hit points, so 225 for the whole Psychos team here. Milling the deer, nice, going to boost the food income a bit there. Will be very vulnerable to enemy scouts going long distance hunting like this though, so the clock is ticking to get to the fuel age here and get at least some defensive spearmen out. Henry did the barracks in the middle of the field here. Wants it close to the wood income, which makes sense, of course, to more easily. But that also renders Halberdiers Henry's base more vulnerable here. Could be that Henry is comfortable playing it like this, since it's Cuman's pocket on the other end, who might not be providing any army until the Castle Age. Could of course go for the scouts here and an extended feudal age after the second TC is up. Jigsaw sure likes the local walling here. But again, walling like this is just begging for trouble against the other archers player on the flank. Because he could sit with feudal age archers, he deny all the gold, and GG archers production for Jigsaw. Good day, Gorgard. Gorgard is a Norwegian player as well. He's lurking about in my channel because he wants to redeem 20,000 channel points to get a song request on the horn. So I like that. I like that the point system is working out like that. Alright, let's see where the action is. Men-at-Arms on the top side. Smelly Melly opening Men-at-Arms with the Vietnamese makes sense. It's going to find a point of entry here, and as we see, Spanish scouts from the side here from Strampalme. Must be some distraction. Men-at-Arms should win against scouts in equal numbers. They have more, same hit points, higher attack. And while Strampalme hasn't lost any villagers yet, he's losing his army momentum with the scouts here and will not be able to counterattack easily. Does not clean up the men-at-arms. Fighting men-at-arms with villagers might be forced to here, actually. But that's going to cost at least 2 villagers' lives here now, unless Strampalme's micro is on point with a weak one here. Alright, enough to scare Smelly Melly away by the looks of it. Humans just peacefully booming away here. Dr. Dude. He played flank the previous game, didn't he? And now his pocket. So that could be a good call for Cycles here. He seemed to have very solid grasp of the macro and micro play with the mines the previous game. So Human's pocket should be good for Cycles here. Scouts from Henry from the pocket there. 5 scouts out for now. Middle wood income. Look at that's a beautiful barracks. Actually, it's acting like a wall here. It's quite safe wood access for 12 angry pikemen. Though blocking the exit for the villagers here if they ever need to escape. If there's a castle or whatever going up at the back here, the villagers actually don't have an escape at this point. Get to work. I'll just stand there, go chop. Oh, they can't. Let me in. Okay, so not ideal. They're settling for a lumber camp outside instead. 6 scouts now out for Mr. Halberdier Henry. Still no sign of any army production from Dr. Dude here. So his flanks have to survive here, otherwise humans should be in deep shit before they even reach the castle age here. Villager situation ahead for Psychos here, unsurprisingly so, given that the humans player has 2 TCs working. I'd love to see more army activity here, though. There's not really any real damage being dealt here. Henry seems to be tracking the teal scouts now, but I think red should be okay here. Just a couple of spearmen out while walling the side here, and the scouts won't be able to enter. Yeah, I don't think Henry needs to chase here. There's archers out for Smelly Melly. The walls, sadly, not going up in time here, but there is army here to protect. They have fletching even, so I think Smelly Melly should be fine here. Losing one builder, okay, but oh, it's gonna be another one actually. Okay, good value from Strampalme scouts all of a sudden here. I guess I have to take them back. Good teamwork from Halberdier Henry and Smelly Melly to clean that up then with the archers and scouts, and now they're free to go hit the other side. I'd really want to hit the humans here though to punish this greedy boom. We have the cast age on the way, just slightly behind Henry here, 40-50 seconds difference here between the pockets. That's amazing for the humans here. With the eco here, as we see the villagers counts are nearly double for Dr. Dude here, and while going up to the cast age, Dr. Dude can still produce villagers as well, because he has 2 TCs. So I think humans are going to be rewarded for the greedy play now. Henry definitely going to try and get some hits in on the Cuban eco now, but I fear it's a bit too late here, though there's no army on the field and there's a slight castle edge lead. The clock is ticking to punish the Cumans and get as many villager kills and raids down as possible before that Cuman eco escalates. 2 stables going down now for Dr. Dude. Cumans get camels, but they don't get heavy camel. Why don't these players ever snipe farms? Come on, get it! Yeah, it's fine. Villagers' lives are worth it as well. Dr. Dude losing just 1 villager there. I think he's happy with the trade there. Marius with some very exposed villagers here though, and Halberd just passing that. +2 defense is in, and Indians, they get an extra pierce armor as well, being Indians. +1 pierce armor in the Castle Age, and I think another +1 in the Imperial Age as well. I guess decent value from the scouts here, but now the Cumans Knights are out. And we have 3 stables consistently producing for Dr. Dude here, and the eco difference should be noticeable. Just look at the gold and food situation. 21 on food, 9 on gold. And arguably a bit too many on wood at this point. I think poor scouting hurt us here, didn't know where his eco was exactly. Yeah. I think you need to hit Cumans earlier in this matchup and not give them the pre-boom like this, because it's just a massive lead. And it's going to be tough, even with Indians boom, to catch up with this. So Jigsaw here with archers and skirms, but going to be focused down by the Cumans knights here. Meanwhile, Halberd Henry with some camels and scouts raids here. And finally idling one of Dr. Dude's TCs here. Camel's not the best raiding unit though, even with that extra pierce armor that they get being Indians. It's not going to do enough here. Oh, is this a castle drop? No, oh sorry, looked like purple for a moment. It's an escape for Marius here, he's desperate for wood income. I think I need my glasses checked, I thought these were purple for a moment. That TC just takes forever to build, doesn't it? It's gonna go up. And both teams with decent presence in the middle. Smelly Belly on the forward with some archers in the north here as well, playing a bit of a 1v1 versus the Spanish. Skirmishers should never work in a team game, given that there will always be cavalry from the pocket available. But in this case, though, it's Smelly Melly is far outnumbering the opponent. And let's see the scouting here for Smelly Melly as well. This is wide open. Shouldn't be any problem running around here and try and get some hits in. Unless the poor village skirmishers are too scary here. Waiting for crossbow before engaging here probably is the case for Smelly Melly. Not sure if that's needed though, given the skirmishers here from Psychos and no upgrades on them. With these massive units, I think it should be okay. Need to engage. Look at the humans' numbers though. 24 knights now for Dr. Dude. 11 camels only, or not only, that's a decent number as well, but not nearly enough to contest the humans here. 2 defense for Halberd Henry, no attack. Versus +1/+1 for Dr. Dude. I'm not sure who gets the better end of the deal here. But the numbers obviously going to work out in Dr. Dude's favor here. Trying to find a way to raid the wood income now. Psycho's not with the best scouting either, but here's to just passing. Do they have a peace treaty or something? They're killing so few villagers. They're not really... This is 12 angry pikemen and psychos playing and not raiding party, but it looks weird because they're not killing villagers. Splitting up the armies from the Cubans here. A 2 versus 1 situation on Jigsaw here, and yeah, sending the rest of the knights over as well. With this amount of crossbows, the Indians camels shouldn't be able to do too much, even with their extra pierce armor in the mix. Oh, 56. Imagine more knights here. If we kill this TC before Castle Age, Jigsaw will have to rebuild the TC to get Castle Age, so they could have actually kept attacking here and maybe take out that TC in time. You can never know these things, though. You can't know the progression as I see it here. Hit points situation pretty similar here, but these are camels and limited pierce armor, so still can't comfortably engage against other than the knights here. 53 military to 65, not too different numbers. On the top side seems to be a decent engagement for Smelling Belly here, getting some good raids down. But Dr. Jude is everywhere. He's here with the knights to clean up on the top side as well. Great pocket play from Dr. Jude here. Although sending all of the knights over might be a bit of an overkill here. Maybe a slight overreaction, but look at the numbers here. 30 knights to 18 camels. This time around it's Psycho's pocket doing the work here. Some more villagers down for Strandpalme here. But the flanks have done their job for Psychos here, I have to say. They bought the humans player enough time to get that equal into ETCs now for Dr. Dude, and should still have a significant builder lead over the Indians here. 4th TC for Halberdier Henry though, with a multi-purpose TC here with 2 tiles gap between the stones and golds. Nice. Yeah, definitely good pocket play by Dr. Dude here. 28. Yeah, still outmassing the other pocket here. In the castle, you could even make an argument for humans camels here to deal with the Indians, but you shouldn't need it, of course, with your flanks going for the crossbows play, and even Ethiopians with 3 pikemen should be enough to handle it. Henry should try imping. Well, when going Imperial Age, you know that you'll need you'll have to know that something will benefit from it. There are 22 camels here to become heavy and Imperial camels, but the gold income isn't quite convincing just yet for Halberdier Henry here. But tech advantage with like Imperial Age here could definitely be worthwhile. Oh, Dr. Dude, he found a way and he might deny this TC. Or not. Dude. You just passed 4 free villager kills here. I think Cycles are in the better spot here. Just strictly eco-wise. Strampalma has been taking a beating though. It's very low on villagers, but you in exchange you have a really strong Cuban's pocket. Green booming like a nuke. Yeah, and still Henry is with 4 TCs and not quite catching up yet. But the camel numbers are increasing. 28 camels now to 29 knights. So military numbers between the pockets now suddenly similar. Looking at the resources though, it should be Dr. Dude going up first here. I think even Was that the click? Yeah, there it is. Means access to Cavalier and Paladin for the humans. You could even make an argument for keep checked on maps like this for a bit of added raiding potential over walls and woodlands and whatnot. But look at this economy here. It's only 3 TCs and still opposed to the 4 from Henry, and still it's Psycho's player, Dr. Dude, getting Imperial Age burst here. Should be able to shred the Indian camels with yeah, keep checks are good against camels. They fire quickly enough because you can hit and run, right? You have to hit and run, otherwise if the camels get close, they counter cavalry archer style units as well. But mass keep check, they kill just about anything. But playing the paladins is fine here, of course, having the Imperial Age lead. Humans cavalry fastest in the game, they have 15% faster in Imperial Age. 15% speed in Imperial Age. That's 5% more than husbandry. So the humans cavalry can effectively outrun enemy cavalry in the Imperial Age. Nice raids from Henry now, diminishing the numbers of the pocket, but the Imperial Age is kicking in here. And Dr. Dude has some nice numbers on the other side here to go raid. Look at this production, 8 stables. Dr. Dude is just crazy with the production buildings and the usage of them here. Not consistent 8 stables production, of course, but Cavalier and Blast Furnace now on the way. Surprised not to see the armor first here, but I guess that makes sense for melee units to have extra attack as well. Indians camels, they have bonus against buildings, so they could take out production here, but there's just, yeah, that's not going to do too much. I think Halberdier Henry would want to try and focus on builders instead here. Or just to pull back and try to get to Imperial Age and get those heavy and imp camels out on the field for the Indians here. Alright, so there's some production going on here. Marius sends in the pikemen here now. And that's not the prettiest thing to see for the camels, but they're backing off, so they're fine for now. See the humans' speed here? They're actually catching up with the camels here because of the Imperial Age extra speed there. I think this is a good engagement by Henry here. It's a slight HP advantage, but he's also got the camels, which are the counter unit. Probably not ideal against Cavalier, but the numbers itself are doing Henry some favors here. 48 to 28 now. Solid military numbers lead for Halberdier Henry over Dr. Dude here, who has been... who is extending the numbers here, but not getting full advantage of the Imperial Age tech lead here. And in their defense, Psychos have a player far behind here, with now at 40 villagers for Strampalmo. Not going to see Imperial Age anytime soon. No castle for Strampalmo either, so no conquistadors for the Spanish. Playing the knights here, which is fine as well, I guess. Marius seems to be doing alright on his own here, defensive siege and his own faster firing crossbows against the other Ethiopians player here. So both firing faster actually, no significant advantage there. But there's twice the military numbers for Marius, also forcing Jigsaw into skirmishers here, which is something you generally don't want to do in a team game given the cavalry play on the field. But the cavalry players are occupied in the pocket spots here. How did Henry lose so many camels? He's down to 11 camels now. He run into pikes here. Yeah, he ran into pikes. How could you do such a thing? So 11 camels now to 16. Cavalier. Okay, so they're still roughly similar. $93 to $79, so military lead for 12 angry pikemen. Castle going up for the Spanish here now to protect the core economy at home. That's actually a nice spot, protecting power, protecting gold, protecting this one to some extent as well. It is not going to stop Smelly Belly from engaging though, and sniping villagers yet again over here. Alright, lots of action on the field now. Although the pocket's up to a little bit of raiding here from Dr. Dude, but nothing too significant. Delaying some barracks here. I'm guessing both teams could benefit from halberdiers, but especially psychos, since Angry Pikemen won't really be making any knights here, mainly camels, and that halberdiers and monks basically best defense. Heavy camels in for Henry here is at a whooping 150 villagers. Big nasty boom out booming into humans here. So who needs boomans when you can go Indians for TC cheaper villagers madness? This is much more balanced than the last game. The previous game was nice as well, I think, but seems like Dr. Dude is more... is doing a better job at pocket than the previous pocket player did, but it's a matter of maps as well. Military and builder numbers comparable here. Just look at the populations, pretty similar. But Imperial Camel is on the way, and that could be hurtful for the humans. Going exclusively for the Cavalier here. One setback with a boom like this, though, is that Henry will have less army space overall. He could delete villagers at any point, of course. But right now, there's going to be more humans. Numbers on the field. Kongs for Strampalme. I'm curious to see how they will perform on the field here. No armor for Henry. He doesn't have the last armor upgrade. Indians don't get the last armor upgrade anymore after they got nerfed. They get extra pierce armor. Because that's the change to Indians. They get +1 pierce armor in Castle Age, +1 in Imperial Age, but lost plate parting armor. There will be some villager sacrifices. I see. Oh, Imperial Camel raids here. Poor Strampalme is getting the worst beating of all this game. And how does Dr. Dude fare with this now? As Imperial Camels on the field, we'll be needing mass halbs here if we are psychos to deal with massed Imperial Camels. There are 48 of them for the moment, going for raids. They have bonus against buildings as well, so they could actually take out buildings efficiently as well. What is this cluster over here? Orange Jigsaw is taking a hit. Orange and Teal have both been taking big hits throughout the game here. Jigsaw still has been able to produce more villagers and have a healthier eco behind this, but this is not looking pretty at home base for Jigsaw here. Thankfully he has a TT in the middle, something that Teal actually doesn't, so eco-wise Jigsaw is still in a better spot. Losing the starting TC though. So good engagement from Psychos there. There's definitely lots of action around the map here. Imperial Camel raids again. 40 of them now for Halberdier Henry here. 30-ish Cavaliers for that dude. Yeah, Henry not stopping build production. He's been listening to the pro tips here. Never stop making villagers. 157 villagers. It's fine. It's fine. Got to keep that juicy eco running. Well, it's potentially a bit too many at this stage in the game, yeah. Another castle for Jigsaw in the back here, going for the small woodlines, not the big ones in the middle. That's a peculiar castle spot, but it's protecting the stones and the small woodlands around here. 162 villagers for Henry getting guilt, and what the hell is Chatras? Is that for the Vietnamese battle elephants or something? I don't know that unique tech. Henry has more than double the wills of Dr. Dude. Yeah, it's been raiding Dr. Dude here, so that explains the difference as well, but the ease of Indians' boom, the cheaper villagers makes it so easy. Chatras is for gunpowder, okay. No, wait, it's Vietnamese. Vietnamese don't get any gunpowder. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's for elephants for Vietnamese. I think so. Vietnamese. The other one is paper money. So yeah. So it's extra HP on the battle elephants. I think. Yeah. Camels still doing work here. Castles going down in the middle as well. I like to see that. That fortifies some position here for 12 Angry Pikemen, but they're also being contested by Dr. Dude here, who is hanging in here, but he's, as been mentioned before. Oh, paper money! Now we're gonna see a boost of gold here. There we go. 500 gold out of the blue to the whole team of 12 Angry Pikemen. Tactical choice there to grant some bonus gold to all of the players. Jigsaw is rebuilding at home here as well, getting that farm eco rolling again. And Spanish somehow stabilized here, with Stram Palma now at 74 villagers and counting, and out ecoing the orange flank here. So it looks like this is still a game where anything can happen. 65 Imperial Camels now though, and banking for Halberdier Henry as well. He's preparing to sling resources here as needed to let the other teammates benefit from the big boom of the Indians here. By the looks of it, Dr. Dude has more or less stopped making villagers here. Either that or is just subject to continued raids here. And look at the Imperial Camels go! They took that PT down in like 4 hits. Crazy. Oh, oh. Indians ETC. Okay, it's like 9 hits. Still though. Halberdiers in, but I don't think there are enough halberdiers and arbalests here to deal with the fully boomed Indians here. Cavalry, of course, isn't justified procurements here anymore. I think Dr. Dude needs to go... Even Dr. Dude needs to go fully into halberdiers here to weather the storm and get back into it here, but... At this point, given the army numbers, 60 more military for 12 AP and 50 more villagers as well, even though Orange is kind of behind here. This is not good. They're losing their pocket. Dr. Dude is not going to be able to produce much here. And with humans out of the game, there's no more mobility left, save for maybe conquistadors from Sran Palme here. So any counterattack should be rough. Red and purple can kill all 3 now. Yeah, definitely can. There's 35 arms on the field for Smelly Melly as well. And where are those arms? Are here. Yeah, GG is called. It's going to be a 2-0 for 12 ranking Pikemen, but nice and even game this one, for sure. On Atacama. Seemed even more balanced than the first one. But GG well played, for sure. Marius just wants to lose the last few arbs here before calling it, by the looks of it. Fighting down to the last arbalester here. There it is. Let's have a look at the stats. So it looked dicey there for a while with the humans getting the absolute free boom there, but eventually Indians' boom took over and Imperial Camels shred all until Mass helps can enter the field. Look at KD again for Henry here, 395 to 178. Pretty nice there. Marius has done some work as well with the Ethiopians here. And most resourceful, like 92,000 total resources. Uh, big lead overall for Henry. I don't think they ever got around to any trade. Okay, a little bit of trade for the Vietnamese here, so they had a little bit of trade running as well. Timeline is crazy, yeah. 11 trade units in the end, only Vietnamese trading. GG, well played though. Let's go to Division 3.